Boom! Welcome back to another edition of the Blue Review. Greg's got an LAX hat.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I know. Now I'm feeling left out. Now I need to get an LAX hat.
We got to get you one. I decided to be one with Parker today.
Thank you. One with Parker.
Wait, can I do this and just like put an X on it somewhere?
Oh man, yeah. Happy Hat Friday day. I guess we were gonna make something else happen, but I completely forgot what it was. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it was just hat. We just took out the hoodie.
Yeah, we took out the hoodies because it's summer now.
Summertime. That's right. DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith coming in with summertime. If I could play music, I would. Damn it. But
we're not allowed to.
We're here. Come on, YouTube. We had an off day. The Dodgers had an off day yesterday. But the Blue Review, of course, still comes in and gives you your Dodgers talk every Friday morning or every morning from 9:30 to 9:55. So that's what we're here for. Everyone in the chat, please feel free to send us questions. We're going to answer as many as we can, and we're just going to talk a whole bunch of stuff. Greg has a fun little bit he wants to send our way. We're going to react to Stone's complete game shutout still because I'm buzzing over that. A few of our guys, Mookie, Shohei, and Teoscar included, have moved on to phase 2 of the All-Star voting, so we might get into that a little bit, and tons more. So I'm excited for today. It's going to be a good Friday. F it Friday, as our friend Mace says here on the Mason Island Show. But before we do that, I just want to remind everyone, without LAX, the Blue Review would be nada. So thank you to LAX. Our friends at Los Angeles International Airport are changing the travel experience, reducing traffic, saving guest time, and more. So if you want to learn all about that, you can check it out at flylex.com/transforminglax. So Greg, what is this? What is this thing that we're going to get into? I'm excited.
All right. So I saw this picture on Twitter today, and I was kind of shocked. So I sent it into Parker. So let's get it up on the screen, Parker. And then I want both Marcus and Parker to try and guess who this is. Now, as we know, this could be anybody. He just looks like a Yankee, probably a pitcher, because he's kind of, walking in. He's in the middle of the field, in the middle of the diamond. But you go ahead, guys. 3 guesses each. Parker, I want you to go last because I think you might have figured it out. Marcus, who do you think this is?
I can't even begin. Like, he looks like a dehydrated Corey Seager. Like, I know that's not right. So obviously this has some connection to the Dodgers, I would suspect.
Yeah, it definitely has a connection to the Dodgers.
Jeez. I don't know, Parker.
We'll do one guess. We'll do one guess each.
I have no idea, Parker. I'm curious because I think you know who this is. So I'm
okay. No, actually, now I kind of got completely thrown off. I'm lost. I'm also lost.
Who did you think it was? We'll just do one. No, don't look at the chat.
I know. I'm doing my best not to look at the chat. So hold on. Okay.
It's not. Nobody said anything either. So sorry.
Good. Okay. So Marcus, let's try to brainstorm here. We're looking at this, and it could be Dodgers related.
All right. I'll give you a hint. All right. Please. I'll give you a hint. So the Yankees are known for doing what when someone comes over there?
They make them shave their facial hair.
They make them shave everything. You are a clean cut. You are a clean cut dude. So now think of a Dodger who
was beardy or had
could have been beardy, or it could be long hair, a beard, a mustache, whatever it happens to be.
Oh my goodness, who did they have that was mustache?
Oh, dear Lord,
beardy,
or long hairy, or anything that's anything that is going on there.
Jeez,
I'll give you a hint. It is a pitcher.
It's a pitcher.
It is a pitcher.
Okay, that's big.
Is it Tony Gonsolin?
No, Tony Gonsolin's still with the Dodgers.
Still on the IL.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. All right. We'll give you one more hint. I'll give you a hint.
I got nothing.
You got it somewhere?
No, I got nothing.
All right. So it's long hair. It is long hair. It's not a beard. It's not a mustache. It is long hair. He might have had some facial hair, but it was light. But it was really long hair, long flowing hair, relief pitcher, kind of got hit around a little bit. It is. Put it back up. I'll tell you. That is the one and only Phil Bickford.
Wow.
Bickford.
Holy bleep.
Wow.
That, my friends, is the guy that gave up multiple home runs. And when someone was having a good game and he came in, Here comes Phil Bickford to ruin it all.
I'm actually, now that you say that, like I'm looking at pictures of Phil Bickford and I'm like, holy cow! But it is
what a difference.
It's like Phil Bickford in witness protection. Like what is this? what is happening?
That's amazing.
Oh
Would you have ever thought Phil Bickford with that? I saw it and I was like, no way.
No, that's the furthest thing because I was thinking the long blonde. And you know, when you see that picture right there, I'll throw it up one more time for the chat. If you're just tuning in to the Blue Review, guys, this is Phil Bickford, former Dodgers reliever.
Bickford.
No.
Holy cow.
This is like Philip John Bickford III. Like this is what this is. Like
he is not Phil.
That's who that is. You know? Like, what?
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
But
also, by the way, I mean, I guess kudos to the Yankees for holding on to that. Like, I'm amazed that through all these years, you know, on all these decades of you know existence, that they've really held on to this like no facial hair, like short hair thing that they do. I don't know if it's impressive or annoying. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I guess I give them credit for sticking to it all these years.
Yeah, I mean, Verdugo looks. I mean, I'm not going to say bad or anything, but it's just a shock when you see him, even still after 80 games.
It's stupid. Like, honestly, it's just stupid. Why now in 2024 are we making people shave their hair and their facial hair to be able to just say that's the Yankee way? Like that's just not a thing to do anymore.
Even their ball boys.
It should have been done before. Why is it happening now? It's absolutely nonsense. And the fact that the Yankees are the only one that do it. Oh, we have 26 championships. We are able to do whatever we want to do. Right. It's just it's nonsense. Who cares? Dude wants to have long hair. Let him have long hair. What are we talking about?
We have to find a picture of Caleb Ferguson as well because I know that he's another former relief guy. He's also just clean shaved.
Wow. I mean, like I know for years the Oakland A's had a thing where you had to wear white shoes. They offensively like they had to wear you had to wear white cleats when you played for the A's, which I worked in their minor league system, and like I will tell you that the minor leaguers certainly were irritated because it was hard for them to find cleats that they liked in white. And I'm like, why don't you just get black cleats and dye them white or something? And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. But eventually the A's sort of gave up. I think because after a while they were struggling to find free agents. And it was like
I don't want to go there.
If I got to change all my shoe game, like I think eventually the A's just sort of gave up on it. But the Yankees they've held on to this thing for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you would think they would lose free agents for that exact reason. Like, I like my beard. I'm not shaving my beard, and not to go play for the Yankees. If you like, I'll go play for the Dodgers, who don't make me shave my beard.
Yeah, I mean, look, when they got Jason Giambi to cut his hair all those years ago, like I was like, well, yeah, I guess it really is something. They got Giambi to shave and cut his hair and everything like that. Like, wow, this really does mean something.
Yep, Randy Johnson, they did the same thing. He had some nice locks.
Yeah,
but. You know, that's the Yankees. They're going to do what they want to do. It's just stupid to me. I don't know. One thing that's not stupid, Parker, is we didn't talk about it yesterday, and it's our fault. I'm sorry. We missed it. We did not talk about the greatest man in the history of humankind.
Oh, yes.
Miguel Rojas.
He's the greatest man alive.
He is the greatest man alive. Is there anything this man can't do, Marcus?
I don't know. I mean, at this point, I would let him see if he could throw a scoreless inning or two. I mean, that's just the way. That's the way things are going for Miguel Rojas right now. I mean, you're right. We didn't get to it because we were talking about Shohei. We talked about Gavin Stone. We didn't even get. We got to Javier Herrera, who basically saved the Dodger franchise with one catch of a foul ball. We didn't get to the fact that Miguel Rojas is having himself a time right now. I mean, a couple nights ago, he had a bunt base hit. Right. He had just a general, more conventional
double. I think
double. Yeah, he had a double. Made a number of ridiculous plays at shortstop. I mean, he really is in a period right now where everything is coming up Millhouse for Miguel Rojas. I mean, it has just been amazing. It's great. I mean, look, it could not have come at a better time, right? I mean, when I know we were all sort of worried about what it was going to be like when he had to play every day, that he was really excelling in sort of a limited role. Now he's been forced into a situation where he does have to play pretty much every day with Mookie Betts out. And not only has he not missed a beat, Greg, I feel like he's actually gotten better. He's gotten hotter since he's had to step in and become the regular shortstop.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because this is like, he was obviously pretty bad last year and he's been bad in the past, but he's had a lot of good years. He's actually had a year where he hit over 300. So he has this in him. This is something that he can do. But now you're right. It is coming at the exact right time with Mookie not around. I mean, the dude has he has a 327 on base percentage. And that's the thing that I look at the most. If you're over 300, over 320 on base percentage, that means you're getting on base. And that's what this team needs. So it doesn't matter if he's going to get hits all the time. He's still batting 284, which that's better than half the team, it feels
it's
like.
Way over expectation.
Way over. So, I mean, it's obviously not Mookie Betts level. And if we went to a playoff series, I probably would not feel comfortable with Rojas getting too many at bats. And actually, he's a good defensive shortstop, but I would prefer somebody else at that spot, like somebody with a bigger bat and maybe still has the same level of skills on the defensive side. But no matter what he's doing in the meantime while Mookie is out is just fantastic. And the more he does it, and the fact that he's 24, the Dodgers are 24-0 when he gets ahead is just the greatest streak that I've ever heard.
I do love that part too, because
hyperbole, by the way.
Exactly.
Intellectually, like we all know that this can't last forever, but man, this is so much fun to just sort of ride with this, right? To like sit and watch a game, and like the moment he gets a hit, just feel like, all right, cue up the Randy Newman, like let's go. Like I said, at some point it's going to end, but man, I think we're all sort of enjoying this part of the ride. And
it's one of those things where, yes, there's the streak, and yes, there's the silly bits we say down below Miguel Rojas for president.
I saw that. I was like, that's right. Where's it going? Keep it up.
I don't know where it went. Actually, it just stopped on its own. But
okay,
it's ironic because you said, Greg, sure, he's hitting 284, which is better than your average guy in the league, but he's also just an amazing away hitter. I think he's hitting like 321 average in away games, which is huge for this Dodgers squad. And then you're against righties, he's been amazing. He's hitting almost 300 as well. So to your point, Greg, yes, maybe heading towards the playoffs. It's not really, okay, we want this as our everyday guy on the field, but just to carry through the season, to have a vet presence like this, shout out Miggy Rowe for president. I'm all in.
Yeah, I'm happy about all of it. Yeah, get it up one more time. So it's just nice. It's just nice to see those types of things. And moving on, he's going to be playing a lot in San Francisco. That's the next series. And I know it's Logan Webb today for the Giants, but then they're going TBA for Saturday and Sunday, unless they've announced it and I haven't seen. But something's going on up in San Francisco where this feels like it's almost kind of gotta be a sweep. Not gotta be. I mean, would they lose a game or two? It's not that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. But the fact is, with the way that they've been playing, this is primed to keep that going and having a nice little weekend up there, especially since I know Glasnow's pitching, Stone's pitching, and Paxton.
Yeah.
So
actually, no. So according to Dodgers.com, it's Knack. It's Knack.
Knack. Oh, sorry.
So Knack,
Stone
Glasnow,
was the other night. That's right.
Paxton. Yeah. So, yeah.
So no matter what, this will be a nice little test for Miggy Rowe to keep it going, obviously. But I'm interested to see what's going on with San Francisco, though, because I think 2 weeks ago they were in second, and now they're just dropping hard. Blake Snell got kicked out of a game in the second inning the other day. Like something's happening there.
Yeah, I mean they're pitching. I know they're really trying to shuffle some things around pitching wise, and it's sort of wild too because. Look, I'm not watching the Giants on a regular basis, but you see the scores pop up on the ticker, and it always felt to me like they were winning. It just felt like it seemed like they were winning every day, and then I look at the standings, and they would have lost like 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, lost 6 out of 10. They have lost 2 or 3 games in the standings, and I'm like, obviously, I'm missing something here because it's really not coming together for them. I'll say this: the Blake Snell signing so far has kind of been a disaster for them.
Yes.
Like he got hurt when he has pitched. He hasn't pitched well. It has not worked out for them at all.
No, remember there were people saying, "Hey, let's go get Blake Snell. Bring in Blake Snell. We need the lefty. We need Blake Snell." This is why Andrew Friedman knows what he's doing. I'm sure he could have had a deal for Snell along the same lines as the one that San Francisco got him, but they didn't want him. And I think I was always okay with it. I don't know how you felt about it, but I was kind of always okay with it.
I think the get Blake Snell crowd, I sort of understood. It was more like this dude keeps shoving it against us, so like maybe let's get him on our side. Which I always go back. I don't know if you remember Mark Portugal. great.
I know the name. I don't remember.
So Mark Portugal, for people who don't remember, was a guy who pitched for the Astros for a long time. Was a decent starting pitcher. And this is like, I mean, growing up in the Bay Area, I remember Mark Portugal because for whatever reason he owned the Giants. Like whenever he faced and this is when the Astros were still in the National League West. Yeah, I mean, so like whenever they faced Portugal, I mean, you could just chalk up the L. It was never going to happen for the Giants. So when he became a free agent, they're like, okay, well, we can't beat him. He's going to join us. And they went and signed Mark Portugal, and he was a disaster for the Giants. So I guess that's my I'm glad we didn't sign Blake Snell because I didn't want him to be Mark Portugal.
He won a Cy Young last year, and obviously he was a good pitcher, and he was good in Tampa Bay as well. But there was always something about it, like he couldn't go past the fifth inning, or couldn't go see a team through the third time through, because all of a sudden those numbers just shot up crazy.
The Dodgers won a World Series, right?
Right, exactly. All because of Austin Barnes. See, no matter what happens, Austin Barnes got a hit off of Blake Snell. They pulled Blake Snell, and the rest was history. So, if anything, that's your claim to fame, Austin Barnes. But either way, like it just seemed like a guy that was never going to be. That's why it took a long time, right? Like it took a long time for him to actually get a gig, and so now that he has, it's just not working out for him.
It was actually in spring training, right, when he signed. I mean, it was pretty close to the start of the season when he signed. Yeah.
It was very, very, very late.
Yeah, and it's been no bueno since they signed him. I mean, he's dealing with a groin thing right now. I think he still needs to make a rehab assignment in AAA, which he's just been kind of up and down the whole season. So, and that's the thing with Snell as well. 1 year, Cy Young level pitcher. The next year, it's like a legit roller coaster. Almost, you can look at it every single time, every year, like clockwork.
Yeah. But I enjoy roller coasters, but mostly at amusement parks. Not
my pitcher.
Not on my baseball team.
Yeah, shout out Friedman. Good work, guys.
Hey, real quick, I just saw this from Dodgers Nation come across, saying that I guess Shohei is still deciding whether or not he wants to participate in the home run derby. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts.
Let's get into this.
Or should he not participate in the home run derby?
So keep him away.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great to see him in the home run derby. And I'm not going into anything about like it's a curse. It's like if you're in the home run derby, you're going to be terrible the rest of the way through. I don't believe that stuff. There's been times where it has happened and times where it hasn't. So I don't think that's a thing. I think more for me, and I know it doesn't fully make a difference, he's coming off his second Tommy John surgery. Yeah. I just, if it does anything to his elbow, if it does anything to that's going to hinder him in some way, I would prefer not to for a home run derby. You know what I mean? Like he could go and he could win, but I'd rather see Teoscar, to be honest with you.
So that's one of the quotes they have here from him is that, I have to get an offer to participate. I'm also rehabilitating, so I need the doctor's approval and the trainer's approval and the team's approval. So, I mean, there are still some I think logistical things that he would have to go through. And according to Dave Roberts, no one can argue that a manager wouldn't want their player to swing as hard as he can for essentially 45 minutes when that player is supposed to be on a break. But obviously Roberts gets like, look, he's the biggest star in the game. He's an attraction. He's something fans want to see. So I think everybody is sort of kind of weighing the options here. But like I said, I just saw it pop up, and I know that, some fans are very much like, no, keep our star player away from the home run derby. I mean, I don't know if I'm decided yet.
You're undecided. You don't.
Okay.
I mean, I get the whole attraction thing. Like, hey, man, he's a huge star, and it would be. I do think part of me is like, I think it would be fun to watch him play and to watch him participate in the home run derby to see what he could do. But there's part of me, maybe the superstitious part of me, that's like, man, like I don't know that I want him to, wreck his swing for the second half of the season. And maybe I'm overthinking that part of it, but I'm uncertain.
So if you look back at it, 2021, he went against Soto, I think it was. He lost in maybe the first round of the Derby. So ironically, while he is the best hitter, I mean, he's literally the best hitter in the game right now in the NL. He's first place in everything. Average, home runs, slugging, total bases, OPS, WAR. I could go on and on.
I think third in RBIs, but that's
about it.
Even with all that being said, as watching him throughout his whole career with the Angels, his swing actually doesn't really do well for the Derby anyways. I know he's leading in home runs, but it's actually not meant for like nonstop rounds after rounds, intense swings. It's just too much torque, and I don't think he would even be the favorite to win. Ironically, it's the guys like Pete Alonso.
Oh, it's always Pete Alonso, man.
Right? So while it would be a great attraction, I think Ohtani is an attraction in itself. He could just show up. He can just be there on the sidelines.
True.
And that's already enough for the MLB, in my opinion.
I think that's fine. Like look, it's an all-star game. It is an attraction. And I do think at this point, I feel like the stuff the day before, the home run derby and all the other things, are probably even more of an attraction than the game itself. Now, it's not special to see AL. Now we have interleague play. The AL versus the NL is not a special thing anymore.
I don't think there is one solitary all-star game that is worth it. Baseball is the one that's closest because you're getting different, like hitters are actually trying to get hits, pitchers are trying to get strikeouts, so you can try maybe find something in it, but it's always constantly changing. All-star games are dumb. It's time to do away with all our all-star games. NFL has, NBA is about to.
It's because baseball is the one that's actually the closest to an actual game.
Right.
Because there's no, I guess you could sort of half-ass it out there if you wanted to, but it's a little bit harder to do that. But, like football is basically, they're playing flag football now.
Yeah.
The NBA is just like a dunk and 3-point contest, essentially. Even I don't watch the hockey all-star game, but I see the score. I feel like the score of the NHL all-star game is always 12-11 or something like that every year.
In basketball, Adam Silver has already come out and said, I think it was during the finals, I think we're past the point of being able to fix the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's coming to an end. There will be no NBA All-Star game within a couple of years. It's kind of just that time. Just do the festivities, do the fun stuff, do the home run derby, find skills challenges.
Do the bonus, you pay him a bonus or something like that, and give him an award, and do the weekend, and that's it.
Yeah, so. give them some time off. They deserve time off, absolutely. But to have the actual game and have them half-assing and it's being boring and not that great, just get rid of it.
Yep.
But the Dodgers will have most likely 3 guys in the All-Star game for sure. With Teoscar, Mookie, and Shohei. Mookie's obviously will not be playing, so we'll have some reserves. Bryce Harper led the first base votes over there, and Freddie, for all he has done so far, actually will only get in if he ends up being a reserve. How do we feel about that, Marcus?
I don't know. I think I'm okay with it. I never get hung up on who did or didn't make all-star teams. I know people especially on social media, it's a big thing and a big argument. And I'm I never remember from year to year. I'm just not cataloging these things. If we have this conversation next year, I'm not going to remember who started, who played, anything like that. Unless somebody has.
Do you remember the MVP last year?
I do not.
Elias Diaz, the catcher for the Rockies.
See, there you go. Exactly. I never remember these things.
Who won?
I never remember.
NL actually won last year.
The NL, see,
it's generally the AL. The AL always
usually the AL.
The AL was dominating for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, because you said from Colorado, I thought of it because you said the catcher from Colorado got the MVP, so that means that the NL had to win.
Right? I'm pretty positive.
I don't know.
But I just don't know.
It's also the thing about all-star MVPs, especially in baseball. The guy who gets 2 at bats might win. Or a guy who pitches you pitch 1 inning in a key situation and you win it. It's not like you had to have a long stretch of success within the context of the game. It's you got to hit at the right situation. And okay, well, congrats, you're the MVP.
You know what All-Star is for? It's for the guys on sports radio like us that go, okay, are you Hall of Fame worthy? Well, you were in the All-Star game 7 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything. I was oh, look at that. He won. He was in the All-Star game. Oh, 1-time All-Star game MVP. Yeah, sure. That can get you in.
It is a thing to fill airtime in mid-July.
Exactly.
That's it.
Which is what we have done here on the Blue Review today. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. I see a lot of discourse in the chat. We appreciate you always tuning in. So we'll be sure to get to some questions next week. Thank you to LAX, as always, for representing the Blue Review. And just to Marcus, to Greg, thank you for being here. We hope that you have a wonderful weekend. We hope everyone else has a wonderful weekend. I've been Parker Bell for the Blue Review. And any last statements from you two gentlemen?
See you Monday.
Stay cool.
See you Monday. Yeah.